Hello, I've got some things to show you today, and I wonder if you can guess what these things I'm going to use them for. So I've got this, I've got this, I've got this, and this, and this. What do you think I'm going to use those for? Yeah, it's for a picnic. But actually, I'm not having a picnic now because if you can see behind me, it's dark, and so I'm not going outside to have a picnic. But if it was a sunny day, I would. Maybe you had a picnic in the summer with your friends and your family. It's a great thing to do. In today's True Bible story, we're going to find out about a picnic with lots of people. You know, Jesus did many wonderful things. He was able to help people who were poorly. He'd make them better again. He helped people who couldn't see. He made them be able to see again. He was able to help people who had poorly legs walk again. He did many amazing things. And because of that, people used to follow Jesus around everywhere. If he went to the lake, they'd follow him to the lake. If he went to a different village, they'd follow him to the village. People always wanted to see Jesus. They wanted to hear what he was going to say. One day, Jesus went up a mountain, and the people saw that he was going up the mountain with his friends, and they wanted to follow him. So many people followed Jesus up the mountain. But it was a long walk, and they were tired, and they wanted to sit down and have a rest. And they wanted to have some food. Look, said Jesus to Philip. He said, there's lots and lots of people coming up this mountain. How are we going to feed them? They wanted to see Jesus and they wanted to hear what he had to say. Jesus said, these people are hungry. Where shall we buy bread for them to eat? You know, Philip laughed. He said, there's so many of them. We haven't got enough money to feed them or enough bread to give to all these people. And Jesus and his friends couldn't buy lunch for them because they just didn't have enough. But who do you think could help these hungry people? Well, Andrew found a little boy who'd brought a picnic lunch with him. It wasn't like mine. He had 5 little loaves of bread and 2 fishes. But that wouldn't go very far. There were so many people to feed. Jesus told everyone to sit down on the grass. They all sat down, and there was lots and lots and lots of people. Do you think there'll be enough food for everyone? Jesus stood up and said thank you to God. Then he started to break the bread into small pieces, and he gave it to his friends to hand round. 1 piece, 2 piece, 3 piece, 4 piece. There was just so many pieces. And then Jesus stood up and said thank you to God again. And then he started to break the fish up, and they passed that around. And again, there was many, many pieces. Where was this all coming from? You know what? Everyone had a wonderful picnic. There was so much food, there was lots and lots left over. In fact, Jesus' friends went around and they collected 12 basketfuls of food that was left over, just from these fish and these loaves of bread. There was more than could be eaten. Later on, Jesus said to his friends, I am the bread of life. That's a funny thing to say. Do you know what he meant by that? You know, Jesus meant that just like he gives us food like this bread and this apple and this orange, these things make us healthy, don't they, every day in life. But Jesus said, I am the bread of life. Jesus gives us what we need to be friends with God. So try and remember today, the people were hungry, they had nothing to eat. But Jesus gave them enough food from just 5 loaves and 2 fishes. And then he said, I am the bread of life. You know, we can have a new life one day in heaven if we put our trust in Jesus. Now, today, I wonder if you can remember for the rest of the day, Jesus said, I am the bread of life. I've sent you some activities to do, so maybe later on when you do those, you can remember that verse. Jesus said, I am the bread of life. And see if you can remember it next week as well. And maybe today you could make some pretend food or do some bread making, or maybe have a little picnic with your teddy bears and your dolls and have fun. But remember, what did Jesus do? He said, I am here, I am the bread of life. That means if we put our trust in Jesus, one day we can be with him in heaven forever. Have a good week. Bye-bye.